everybody and welcome on today's video. Long time no see, I know, well, it is what it is. So, today I'm going to repot a royal oak, and I will show you right now how I ended this in April 2024, if I'm not mistaken. So the tree went in a pot, and then I decided that that was not a good idea. So the same day I got it out and I planted it in full ground in a big pot. So one thing still bothered me, that the root base was not flat enough, and when I put it flat, the smallest trunk just didn't do well in that spot. I needed the biggest trunk to be a little more straight. I'll show you. So I've decided to put this tree on a rock now, so that I can tilt the root base, because the rock is, well, in wedge form, and then I'm going to wrap this thing up, and then we're going to put that back into the big pot. Well, let's do it, and it will be very clear. It's very windy today. So what I was trying to tell, and I know that I did not explain it well, but I'm going to show you. So this tree has two trunks, a major trunk and smaller trunk, but I wanted the main trunk to come straight from the base. Now, branch selection, and so it's not really a point at this moment. So as you see, I have different rocks here. I was hesitating between these two, but if you start a root over rock, one thing that you absolutely must do is have tons of rocks, because you might think that one tree will sit nicely on a rock, but yeah, and root over rock takes a whole lot of time. So if you decide to do it, you might as well do it right from the first time, because otherwise you will always have, or will have for quite some time, a tree that is not clinging to the rock, and it will always look like someone put it there. And you might say whatever you want, it will always look artificial. So you have one tree, you have 15 rocks, then maybe one will fit right. So I was lucky enough to find a decent rock for this tree, and I just positioned this one because otherwise everything will fall over. And yeah, this sits perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Now, what I always do first when I do a root over rock is position the tree. Let's have a look. So the first thing you want to do is position the tree. You can always position the roots later. Therefore, as you might have seen, I was putting a whole lot of raffia together. Yeah, maybe, yeah, that's gonna be okay. So first thing that I do is wrap some raffia around the base of the tree. I'm going to secure this with a little knot, like so. This is natural raffia, means that it's going to rot away. Now I want the tree to sit here. I'm untangling the roots, and now I'm going to secure the tree onto the rock and try not to trap any roots. So this is not good already. It's always very tricky in the beginning, because you only have two hands. Most people only have two hands, so don't you complain. This is not good. I'm going to re-secure it. Always messy. My raffia was splitting, so I needed to do something else. But again, first securing the base of the tree and not the rock. So that's what I'm gonna do by just going around 2-3 times. Maybe in this direction, don't want it to move. Now that the tree is well fixed, I can start to work on the roots. So what I need to do is put all the roots as tightly against the rock as I possibly can. Now this is an oak, it's already rather complicated to do that. So the first thing I want to do is rearrange these roots. This is obviously way too long, so this can come off. And now I'm going to try to put my raffia this way around and trap the roots. And now I'm going to do that here. And as you see, this is absolutely not good enough. So it needs a whole more tension to be as close to the rock as you possibly can. All right. I'm going to secure this one because it broke, and then I'll do that with another piece of raffia. And so I'll be back when all this stuff is nicely packed. So this is the whole raffia package, just cutting off some loose ends. Not that it really matters because, well, anyway, it will all rot. But you see, the thing that I accomplished now is that this root is too big. In the back it makes the whole thing tilt a little. It makes that I can now use this as a leader, and that the tree will be a little more in balance. I'm going to show you the whole tree, maybe it's going to be better. So this is the whole tree. I also have a whole lot of little rocks here, sandstones. I mostly use sandstones, which is always nice because you can have the same kind of stone to add to the composition. I can even lift this thing a little if I want to, tilt it, etc., etc. And it will not look unnatural because it's the same kind of stone. So this thing goes back in the pot, in the big pot, to sleep for the whole autumn and whole winter. I'm going to tuck the roots in gently, cover them, etc., etc. And this concludes the video for today. Thank you for watching. I wanted to say something. I saw a video of Jelle growing bonsai by Jelle, who was doing exactly the same thing as I've been doing today, mainly repotting in autumn. I want to emphasize that repotting in autumn is, as far as I'm concerned, the best period in the whole year. Why? Because when the trees still have leaves, their energy is floating, but then they will store all the energy in the trunk and the thicker roots during fall, and everything they have stored will be available in spring. If you repot in spring and you remove roots, well, it means that you remove a part of the stored energy. So I think repotting in the fall is a really good period. Now that's just my 2 cents. You do whatever you want, of course. So thank you for watching and see you next time.